Shalom. First and foremost, I let it give all praise, honor, and glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai. Double honors to the elder Tahar, and the rest of the elders that are firmly pushing the truth. Peace and blessings to the elect and the sincere Akwaf that are watching, listening, and learning. For you brothers and sisters, for those that care, controversial topics such as the mark of the beast and what's going on with the vaccine. All right, it's going to be posted on BitChute. All right, so I'm going to put the link to my BitChute in the description box. You know, you have to create an account as well, so that you can be able to subscribe. All right, because videos like that I can't post on YouTube because YouTube's going to take it down. All right, and eventually when YouTube gets shut off, this is probably where the videos are going to be posted. So y'all might as well just make one anyway and just subscribe. If you guys want to stay in the loop, because I know some people are just here for entertainment and whatnot. So for those who are serious and you want to stay in the loop, subscribe to the BitChute, and I'm going to be posting controversial videos on there. All right, so I wanted to get into how there's more divisions in the EU are dealing with Poland. All right, which me and the brothers, we was talking about Poland, NATO, and the EU on Tuesday. And they haven't been in the news for about a month or two. And I remember me and the brother Shamgar, we was actually going into this one morning. We had did a video on how Poland and the EU, they're not agreeing. All right, and everybody sees it. All right, if you wanna read the article for yourself, I'm about to head to camp. If you wanna read the article for yourself, just type in Poland EU. All right, so I want to skip to the comment section because the comment section is it is beautiful. Hey, watch this. It says, good on Poland. They realize the EU and Russia zaps your freedoms away. It says, it seems to me that the UK decision to leave was not emotionally dictated by their relations with the EU, but politically motivated at the EU's high-handed and dictatorial edicts. Poland is certainly having its troubles as well. Yeah, because when you scroll up, it says here the EU has announced on Wednesday that it would launch infringement proceedings against Poland and cited violation of the primacy of EU law as a reason. All right, so there's things going on within the EU and their laws. EU thinking some of their laws is beneficial towards the EU, but Poland is like opposing. Right? So now, let me see here. Yep, see this right here. It says there's only one way to stop them. Polexit, which Polexit, that's Poland exiting the EU. Which just recently, going back to 2 years now, you had something called the Brexit, which that was Great Britain exiting the EU. Hey, look, Polexit is the limit, just saying. Hey, so, the Most High really put the spirit on these people to talk about biblical prophecy without them even knowing that it's even in the scriptures. It says here, am I the only one that sees Poland as the only member of EU standing up for the principles EU was founded on? Now, I'm not saying for sure that Poland will exit the EU. Just looking at how much time we have left here in this captivity. Hey, but if it was to go for like another year or so, hey, I believe that Poland would leave the EU. That's how it was looking for Turkey. It says now they finally realize what the true colors of the EU are. It says here, Poland will learn, as did Hungary and others who joined the EU, that there is a price to pay by joining. The far left progressive ideology will be forced upon the nations. Polexit coming soon. Best to have your own sovereignty and be a neutral nation and have your own foreign policy, not one dictated by Brussels. All right, so as you can see, man, these people, they can even see it. They can see Poland exiting the EU, just like how Great Britain exited out of the EU. Right? They succeeded out of the EU, I believe, back like in 2019, 2020. Yep. Now, let me just go ahead and type it in. Because I remember that day. I was jumping for joy. When did Brexit happen? All right, January 31st, 2020. Yep. Which is what British exit out of the EU. So now, let me go here and go to Daniel, the second chapter, and starting at verse 40. Daniel 2:40. It says Rome. It says, in the fourth kingdom shall be as strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces, and subdueth all things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall it break in pieces and bruise. Now the reason why Rome is likened it to iron is because iron is the toughest metal, the strongest metal that there is. And that's how ancient Rome was. Ancient Rome was a strong nation, the strongest nation, okay? They were going around and conquering all different nations, all of the dark nations. And they had rule over the known world. That's why they were able to tax the known world, which I'm going to get that in the book of Luke. And likewise, just like how America, they conquered the known world because of their military might, that's how ancient Rome did it. Ancient Rome, they had the ability to conquer the known world because of their military might. That's how you know that America is ancient Rome revised. This is Luke 2 and verse 1. And it came to pass in those days that there went out a decree from Caesar Augustus that all the world should be taxed. You see that? And how can you tax all the world if you didn't conquer it? So that lets you know that the Roman Empire, was the strongest nation at that time, because they were taxing the known world. You can only tax the known. You can look, when you impose taxes on a nation, that means that you had them in slavery. Okay. So that means that the Roman Empire had the known world under subjection to them. I'm going to go into the word for world. It's the Greek word oikoumene. All right, it says the Roman Empire, all the subjects of the empire. That's right, all the subjects of the empire, which Israel was a part of that. Israel was a part of that. So we had Israel under subjection, the Canaanites, all these various nations they had under subjection. Now the only people that they didn't have under subjection was the northern kingdom, because the northern kingdom was over here in the fourth part of the earth, which is what America. And America, or the fourth part of the earth, wasn't really too popular. A lot of people didn't know about it. Understand? So now, back to Daniel, the second chapter, and verse 40 again, it says, and the fourth kingdom shall be strong as iron, for as much as iron breaketh in pieces and subdueth all things. Which when you go into the word for subdue, it means to crush. Okay, which that's what ancient Rome was doing. Ancient Rome was crushing all these different nations in battle because they had a strong military, just like America. Verse 41. And whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, part of potter's clay and part of iron, and what are the feet and 10 toes? The feet and 10 toes is dealing with the EU. Now, Now they say that there were 12 original members of the EU, right? You see here, you got Belgium, Denmark, Germany, Ireland, all right, Greece, Spain, France, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Portugal, and the United Kingdom. But you got to understand, um, Portugal and Spain, they were originally operating as one. All right, so you piece Spain and Portugal together, that's one nation. And back in the Roman Empire, they were known as Hispania or the Iberian Peninsula. Then you also had Ireland and the UK. They were also operating as one. So that's 10. That's 10 nations. 10 toes right there. Which it was this map I was just looking at, right? Let me see if I can blow it up here. Let me see. Now I mentioned it was a map. It was a map that I was just looking at, right? But look, see how we got Ireland right here, and you got the UK right there. See that? Ireland, this orange thingy right here, the orange spot on the map. You have the UK right there. And then when you come down here, you got Spain. Spain right here, and look what's connected to Spain. Portugal. See? So they were originally operating as one nation. And really, truth be told, when you do your research on all these different nations, they go back to the same to the same surrounding area. Like I believe Luxembourg, France, and Denmark and Belgium, they were all operating as the Gauls back in the Roman Empire. Okay. Now it says here, verse 41, and whereas thou sawest the feet and toes, all right, dealing with the EU, part of potter's clay and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. You see that? The kingdom shall be divided. All right, it's divided. Why? Because you have some nations within the EU that are politically, economically strong. So like it, not politically, economically strong. You have some that are economically strong and some that are weak. And Britain, they were one of the nations within the EU that was strong economically. So that made the EU lose a lot of power. It says, but there shall be in it of the strength of the iron, for as much as thou sawest the iron mixed with miry clay. And as the toes of the feet were part of iron and part of clay, so the kingdom shall be partly strong and partly broken. And if Poland leave, which Poland is a big factor economically, these 10 toes would be even more broken. It would be more weak. Because like I said, Poland would be considered one of the strong. It would be part of the iron. Poland's economy and EU. Look at this. Poland was one of the fastest growing economies worldwide pre-crisis and has been the fastest growing economy in post-crisis Europe. See? Nothing but... Look at this. It says, as a member, Poland has the power to influence EU decisions. So, hey, Poland is a factor. Poland is a factor within the EU. They're top 10. You know, you got to scratch Great Britain out of there because they ain't in there. Well, you see, number one, Germany. Then you got France, Italy, right? Yeah, Russia's up in there because Russia is in Europe, or that's East Europe. But Spain, Netherlands, Switzerland, Turkey. You got Poland. Poland is top 10. See? Hey, so Poland leave. That's a big hit. That's a big hit. Let me get this to Matthew. It's the book of Matthew, chapter 12, and verse 25. Shalaki, y'all. Should stay doing that. Turn the Wi-Fi off. Hold on. What the fuck going on? Alright. Matthew 12 and 25. It says here, and Yahushua knew their thoughts, and said unto them, every kingdom divided against itself is brought to desolation, and every city or house divided against itself shall not stand. And if Satan cast out Satan, he is divided against himself. How shall then his kingdom stand? That's right. How shall this kingdom stand? And this kingdom won't stand. Right? This kingdom of the 10 toes is the EU. And you got the NATO and America as the head. It won't stand. All right, this place is going down. But with that, I'm going to end there and give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh Bashim Al Shai. With that being said, Shalom.